So, what are some techniques you would sort of use to help students who struggle with writing, with expressing themselves? How would you help them really ensure you get, you've seen children who had those struggles and how have you seen them overcome it?
So there are different levels, right? The lower elementary, the upper elementary, then the high school and the middle school. So we need to be, thinking about which level we are talking about. So lower elementary, if you feel the kids are, struggling to write, one way to start them off is to get them to draw. You're going to write a story now if you want. Let's first draw those pictures that you would like to.
Yeah, the middle, the beginning, the middle and the end.
So
first they draw it out and then they write one sentence or two sentences.
Exactly. So getting them to draw and talk about their drawing. Write it down. So it doesn't matter. And one very important thing is also to tell them that do not question them on the spelling. What have you written? Look at, especially we are talking about lower elementary. I'm talking about grade 1, kindergarten to grade 2. Even to pick up a pencil and to write is a big thing. They should feel confident that they're going to write. So looking at those pictures and being, even whatever they want to express, the spelling may not be there. The capitalization may not be there, punctuation. It doesn't matter. Just give them the independence and the freedom to write. And then we can go back to teaching concepts.
It's very important that when they are writing, and we have noticed this in schools, especially over here, kids they have the eraser in their hand. Yeah. They're always erasing because their spelling is incorrect or their handwriting is not good. So there's so much going on at that time. There is thinking, there is writing, and I want to be correct. Yeah. So we, in whatever way we have been trained, keep those erasers away. You can scratch out so that's your first draft. Go back to revising and editing your work. That's a skill you teach them at the end.
So you basically write it all out. Just
put your thoughts in. Because reading and writing are very much connected. Right. Reading is input. When you're reading, everything goes into your head, and there is so much of internalization of your thoughts and feelings, right, and everything going on. Whereas when you're writing, it's an output. You're expressing. So that's why they always say, read like the writer. What is the writer trying to say? When you pick that up right from the beginning, you are learning that language of the writer. You're learning those ideas of the writers, and you're putting it and expressing it in a piece of writing.
So when it comes to reading, there are so many ways for you to understand if they are up to their level by their ability to comprehend age-appropriate books. All of those techniques to understand if a child is actually at standard or at par with their level or their grade. How do you evaluate that when it comes to writing?
So, yes, again, that has to be age appropriate. If you have a kindergartner who is able to write at least one sentence or one, depending on what the picture is and what he wants to express, writing one sentence is good enough. But we want to, again, build writing stamina. So prodding them a little bit, can we think about the picture more? Would you like to add a little bit more detail? Is there something else that we would like to write about? Do you want to think about that? So to add a little bit more is something that you can slowly stretch their writing, stamina and capacity to do so. Once they go up grade levels, it depends on what you are expecting them to write or what they're writing. Sometimes there is free writing. They can write whatever they want, like a quick 10 minutes, just write whatever you want. Write lots more, please do. You want to write a little bit, but just getting them into the writing habit is important.
At the school level, I can understand as teachers, we can do that.
Yeah.
But I can give myself an example. When I was young, I used to read a lot. I faced the same problem. I might not have understood what I was reading, and there was no resources for me to go and learn how to read it in a way that I can comprehend or write what I have read about. There was school that taught us that, but it wasn't much. So what kind of tips and techniques can a parent, take that they can help the child in writing? Because it doesn't come from school. Or if they notice a child is reading a lot, but it's not translating to writing for whatever reason, how can we help them as a parent?
The same, I would say. What do you say, Ms. Jyotsna, to give some more writing time for them to write as a parent?
Give free time, free choice of writing. Again, choice and voice. Write about something. Keep a journal. Now, I know that kids are not going to pick up. Every kid is not a writer. Yeah. We have to understand that, and we have to respect that. But giving them those little task. Make a list of things we're going shopping. Make a list. What do we need to buy? It comes a little earlier. They can make a list. As they grow older, they can have a list which has correct spellings and all those things. That can be one. Okay, I want you to, make out an invite. Involve them in those things which are not like a task, doing as writing as a task.
Because when you think of, I want to improve my child's writing, it automatically sounds like a chore. Like in the child's head, we give them tasks like, why don't you read this book and write about what you've read? But write an invite, make a list, or write some simple instructions for somebody to read. All of these are more natural. They all bring out, it doesn't seem like a task that the child has to do. They don't look at it like
Absolutely. Having a small a writing corner where you have a lot of paper, or you made recycled paper into little books and keeping it aside, have a lot of pencils and markers there, can give them that initiative to go there and the motivation to go sit and write. They can write about anything. Today, like you said, they can write about they can write a recipe. You may not even have to tell them to do it, but they would write a story and say, today I've written a story. Would you like to see it? So sitting with them and encouraging them to do that is important. And I totally agree that the easiest thing is to make lists. They will love it. Making shopping lists of colors, lists
When you're
of things
traveling,
around the house. Yeah, that's really wonderful. And then,
But don't force them to write.
yeah, it
Don't
shouldn't
force them
feel like
to write.
like a chore. Yeah.
Give them that time. Okay, here's paper, color, you draw. Okay, if you don't want to write, draw. Sometimes the drawing, you can pick it up. Hey, let's talk about this drawing. Why don't you write it? We are trying it. It's not necessary that what we are saying is going to happen with every child. It will happen maybe with one, it may not happen. Then you have to think of another way of doing it. But writing is something very natural, and the love for writing doesn't happen with everyone.
Yeah, it has.
It's okay. It's okay for some child that's only reading, some child that's only writing.
We had
Anyway, they're
in school,
Yeah, in school.
It happens in any case. It doesn't in the way that, translates to what they're reading. I mean, they can write to an extent. But if you as a parent somehow feel if it develop the writing skill, but it's not innately coming from the child, it's okay to let go is what you're saying.
Give that time, think about it, but you have to somehow get them to write also, because they are all connected.
Yeah. I think the school needs to give them more opportunities to write. And when they get opportunities there, they're going to bring it back home as well as then.
We always say that when we were growing up, the whole class wrote about a rainy day. Again, we come to choice and voice. You give them that, choose what you want to write about. What was the worst moment you had? What was the best moment you had? What was one holiday that you really remember? So everybody's not writing the same thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes, somehow, if you ask the child who's passionate about football to write about their favorite match, they have so much more to say than them asking them how was today or write about a rainy day, for example. They'd have so much to say. Even I don't know what to talk about.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's good to give them the choice and also to encourage them to write about things they love the most. Because you were talking about football. Invariably, you have the boys write only about football. What would you like to write about today? Football. I would like. So giving them more. Yes, you can write about football, but can we think of a couple of other topics that you really love and you would like to write? Can we think of something? It can be even as simple as hot chocolate. It can be marshmallows. It can be anything. But can we write 5 topics down there that you would like to write about? So every day they can pick a topic to write about. But those are the ones that they made a choice about and something that they are passionate and they love to write. So that way they will have much more to write than us kind of thrusting in a topic,
To the list of football, ask them to write about video games, Fortnite.
They will write.
Oh yeah,
draw and write.
They would love it.
I also remember this, when they were after recess, we had some writing period or something, and we'll say, time to write, and they'll, we don't want to write, we hate writing, and they'll be, throwing the pencil, picking the thing. So we said, okay, today you're going to do something different. Everybody writes a note to somebody in the class, but everybody has to get one note from somebody.
Yeah.
They started passing notes to each other.
They don't want to be left behind.
Yeah.
That is there. You have to then build that social skill in them, that, make sure that nobody is left behind. Right. Or just choose like another way. You write to the person on the table. Maybe you write that something you really liked he did. or maybe you were upset with him because he or she did something to you, to be able to express themselves. Of course, in school we do it. I don't know, at home, Sunday, everybody's sitting down. Okay, we are going to write how we felt this week was. It's not easy. It's not easy, but it's a start somewhere.
It is.